this channel. Welcome back to my channel. This video is Instagram chooses my reads. I was gonna do for a week, but it took me longer than a week to finish these books. It's only 2 books, and then I went to the bookstore at the end of the vlog to get Fourth Wing because I heard amazing things about it and I had to get it. I trusted the bookstagram community because I needed to get out of a reading slump, and I kind of did, kind of didn't. Give a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. And let's get into it. Also follow me on my bookstagram and subscribe. I promise it's fun here. It really is. Okay. Bye. I'm watching Cruel Summer on Hulu and I'm really enjoying that, and I was like, I kind of want a little mystery book again. Even though it's not fall, I have been really, like, I'm such a mood reader and I really have been wanting to read a mystery book, so that's what I'm doing right now. And so I had Instagram choose between Inheritance Games and Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and they chose Good Girl's Guide to Murder. It was a very close poll. I wasn't sure what was gonna win. I kind of knew it was gonna be Good Girl's Guide to Murder, but didn't know. It was a close one. This is like Buz's senior capstone project proposal, saying that she's gonna research the missing persons investigation of Andy Bell. So the supervisor commented, like, this is a very sensitive topic. Your project is accepted and you can do it, but you have to figure out your angle. No ethical lines are to be crossed. You cannot contact the families of the people affected by this case. She signed it, and she's basically saying, yeah, she won't do that. I'm like laughing because she's definitely going to. Like, she's gonna investigate. She's gonna do it. Like, I know you signed that, girl, but you're not gonna listen. You're not gonna listen, and that's okay. Okay, chapter 1, let's go. Instagram chose A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I've been so into this book. It's so good right now. I'm on page 69 and I love how this is written. It's so unique. You can literally you are basically like figuring out and solving this mystery along with Pip. Pip's a high school student, and for a capstone project, she's kind of re-examining this murder case that happened 5 years ago in the town, and it's affected so many people. It's affected people she knows. She never believed that the person who allegedly killed this girl, Andy Bell, actually did it. So Andy Bell went missing, and then she was allegedly killed by her boyfriend Sal. After she went missing and all this stuff was happening and they were interviewing Sal like 5 years ago, Sal killed himself, which is insane. The case was closed. They never found her body. She's falling back on this capstone project to like open doors and like interview people that knew things and just kind of like re-examine the case for herself. So she's like interviewing Sal's brother Ravi, and Ravi ends up having like a big part in them figuring things out. Ravi's just been mistreated in the town because everyone's like, oh, you're just like your brother, you're a killer, which is disgusting and rude. So I'm kind of pissed at that. And so you're seeing her just like gather all this evidence and put it into her like capstone project journal logs, and you can see like it's just so good. Like, you're getting text messages and like things are coming up, so there's like a list of her persons of interest, so she keeps like adding to it. I'm really enjoying this. There's also like maps and drawings and stuff that she finds, so it's literally like you're gathering this evidence with her, and it's insane. I'm in bed reading Good Girl's Guide to Murder still. I'm literally halfway through, page 238. We're making progress. Every time I get into my bed and read, I fall asleep. So that is why it's taken me more than a week to finish this book. Like, this book is so good. This makes me feel like such a little detective. I am obsessed with Pip. Pip is stronger than me. I'm so much more fearless. Like, I'm sorry, if I was doing this capstone project, first of all, I wouldn't. Second of all, if I like hit a dead end or like couldn't figure something out, I'd be like, okay, time to pick a new project. She's like, no, like, we're gonna figure this out. And if I have to do some risky, crazy stuff, so what? And I love her for that. Also, I love Robbie. Robbie is such a little sweetheart. He is so funny, so sarcastic, and I'm like, I just like can't, like, how is he this amazing? He's so funny, and like, he's actually like genuinely such a little sweetheart. Boy, if I were you, I'd be so traumatized. Not want to talk to anyone or trust anyone. Like, he's actually like, I mean, at first he's like a little not trusting of Pip, but like, he's such a good person. I want to know so badly who did it, and I don't know when it's going to be revealed. But yeah. Let me tell you, I stayed up until 3 a.m. last night. Didn't even finish, but I found out basically what happens. Things happened that broke my heart. I did not expect some stuff to happen. I was like, what? Literally ache in my chest. And I didn't. I got the answer, basically the person that did it, but there's still so many things that needs to be answered. So I'm on page, basically, it's basically almost over, 358. And my main person of interest was guilty. But still, okay, so I like thought I knew who the person was that did it, but then I was like, wait, maybe we won't even know who that is. Maybe they haven't even been introduced into the story yet. So I was kind of second guessing, but it was always at the back of my head. I'm like, I think this person did it. They did, but it was so like crazy how it all went down, and like things that I thought were gonna happen but like didn't, and then it was like, whoa, like here's another twist, and here's like things that aren't answered yet, but like Pip is still sleuthing, and so is Robbie. So it was crazy, and it's going to get crazier, especially like second and the third book. I heard the third book was wild. I heard the third book is wild and dark. And I heard the second book is good too, but like I heard the third book is really dark. So I'm scared. But this, oh my god, I was shocked. Even though like the person that I thought it was gonna be, it was, still shocked. Still like, oh my god. Because I also like, I only like really thought that the person did it like low key. But the way it was discovered that it was that person, I almost threw the book. Crazy. And I'm just excited to get like the final piece to the answer of what happened to Andy and Sal. It's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna finish this today. And then I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have to do another poll. I think the choice is gonna be between One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serrell, and then 28 Summers, Ellen Hildebrand. I'm gonna go ask Instagram soon. Okay, so here's my final review of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Wow, I don't even know where to begin. I loved it so much. It was so entertaining, engaging. I just like was sucked in from the very beginning. Holly Jackson has such a gift of like making you feel like a part of the story. Her inclusion of interviews, maps, little charts like this, it was just, I felt like I was solving the mystery with them. Little charts like this, it was just, I felt like I was solving the mystery with them, and the ending was crazy. Like, my heart was racing. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, the whole time. This was exactly what I needed this month, because I'm such a mood reader, and I just was in the mood for a mystery book, and this delivered. I would recommend this book to anyone. It's very fast-paced, not very difficult to read. Everything was revealed, and the way Pip pieced things together, mind blown. It was really good. I could not recommend this book enough. I'm so excited to read the next 2 books. 4.75 stars. Probably 5 stars. I don't know. I needed more romance, but that's just because I'm crazy. But it delivered. It really did. And then I started One Italian Summer last night. So if you don't know, this book is about Katie. She lost her mom. She was so close to her mom, like basically like Lorelai and Rory Gilmore level close, and she ended up dying. Her and her mom planned this trip to go to Italy for when she would get better. Katie finds herself in this sort of like huge, you know, depressive state because her mom just died. So all that grief kind of pushed her to, you know, take the trip to Italy, even though, you know, she won't be with anyone. She's like going alone on this trip. She's going to Italy. She's going to Positano. I don't know, I'm Italian, I should know this. She's going to Positano. Like right before the story starts, there's a Lorelai Gilmore quote. Like, that's perfect. That really sets the mood. I read the first 2 chapters, and my only, like, I had a weird feeling about Katie. She is kind of really cold towards her husband. She said she was like, she's basically telling her husband she wants a divorce because she realized that her marriage is not at the relationship that she's with when she's with her mom. Like, she's comparing her marriage to her mother and how her mother makes her feel, which, like, the way it was worded, I was like, why are you comparing your husband to your mom? But I understand what she's saying. Your mom, like, really, like, sees the real you. Like, it's just different with your mom. She basically told her husband, she was like, yeah, like, I don't think this is working out. When I get home from Italy, I'm probably gonna leave you. What? That's kind of terrible. Like, what are we doing? I don't know, I just got some weird vibes from the main character. The fact that she's doing this, like, right after her mom's funeral, I think she's been thinking of leaving him. I'm sure this doesn't really matter, and I'm sure she'll figure it out and get some character development, but I just, like, got, like, kind of a gross feeling from her from, like, that first chapter. Well, I'm only on chapter, I think, 5. So I haven't really gotten into anything. Like, right where I left off, she just got into Italy and I think went to dinner, and that was it. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be reading this tonight. I'm gonna get into bed right now because I'm exhausted and my back hurts. Good night. I'm trying to read this. I'm falling asleep, but I need, like, more. More excitement, more romance, more answers, because I have no idea really what's going on. It's kind of odd to me. There's a lot of, like, magical elements happening. Yeah, I'm confused because Katie is, like, having this, like, fling. She's having this summer fling, even though she's married. Let's not forget. With this guy at the hotel, and his name is Adam. She's in Italy. Why wouldn't she go for an Italian man? Of all the guys that you can get over your husband with or move on with, you're choosing an Adam. Girl, you're in Italy. You're in Italy. You're in Italy. How about you choose, like, a sexy Italian man? Again, why an Adam? Just making me think of Shatter Me, and I hate Adam from Shatter Me. Gross! Okay, so One Italian Summer. I'm like 25% through this, and I have a prediction. So through this book, she's at this hotel and she sees her mother, but it's a 30-year-old version of her mom. And she's like, how can this make sense? Like, her mom just died. So Katie's going along with it because she misses her mother so much, and like this is kind of like a miracle to her that, you know, this crazy thing is happening. But I have a prediction. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm like, what if this lady is just a brunette named Carol who just looks like her mother? It's not actually, I don't think it's actually that she's having this like manic episode and is having hallucinations. I really don't. Or maybe it's just like a magical thing. I really don't think it's a magical thing. I just think that she's befriending this girl that reminds her of her mom. Chapter 11. My goal is to read more tonight. But I'm holding that prediction so strongly that this is just a random girl that reminds her of her mom. And she's not just seeing a younger version of her dead mother. Like, that's... I don't know, I don't want to be a hater. I really don't want to be a hater. It's like a cool concept. I'm enjoying the book. I'm just like, it makes me less invested. I don't know. I'm going to read more tonight, so wish me luck. Hi guys, happy Saturday. I think halfway through this book, One Italian Summer. It's getting better. It's still a little slow. And you know what I realized? The main character, Katie, is literally Rory. Just terrible decision making. Just very much has a codependent relationship with her mother. I feel really bad for her. I do sympathize with her, especially because the story is basically Gilmore Girls if Rory lost Lorelai and then copes with her grief by going to Italy. Like the way she compares her mom to herself is also really sad, because it's like she sees her mother as this huge light, very just like knows everything, is great at everything, and she just like cares herself very negatively. It's almost as if she feels like she has no personality or passions, and her mother like knows everything and is such a dreamer, and it's like sad. Like, I'm like, I really am rooting for her to kind of figure out what she wants out of life. I really want to finish this tonight. That is my goal. I doubt I will do it either tonight or tomorrow, but I'm gonna try to finish it tonight and just like chill out in the backyard, and then I'll read it in my bed. But yeah. Hi guys, so I finished One Italian Summer a couple days ago, and I'm kind of torn on what to rate it, because I'm thinking 3 stars but also maybe 2. I don't know. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. It was a little slow and didn't really love the characters too much. Also didn't like the plot. It had like a little bit of a plot twist, and the whole magical plot line. There's just like a time traveling plot line too. You need to know that there's like a time traveling plot line, because if that's not your thing, you're not going to enjoy this book, and it wasn't my cup of tea. It wasn't all that bad. I really loved like the messages of like motherhood, girlhood, you know, dealing with grief, finding yourself through traveling. Like, I think like there were some really good quotes in this, and I loved learning about like Italy, specifically the Amalfi Coast, Naples, Positano, and it did have some emotion. I just wasn't connected enough to really care. Like, I do think that this is a good book for someone who's kind of navigating grief, and especially like, you know, losing a mom. This book would definitely resonate with you. Overall, I wouldn't recommend this book to everyone, but for the reasons I said, that this book is good, and if you're looking for a book like this, I would check it out. If you are going to Italy, if you love Italy, this book is for you, but just keep in mind it is mainly focused on a mother and daughter relationship and dealing with grief and a main character that makes questionable decisions and a little time travel trope. There's some magical elements. So if you're into that, you would love this book. If not, maybe don't read it. Find another Italy book. I'm sure there's a bunch and I kind of want to check them out. Okay, that's all. Bye. I'm on my way to Barnes&Noble because I did like this poll on my Instagram and I was like, should I get Fourth Wing and read it on vacation? Because everyone's saying I have to, and my friend just texted me and she was like, you gotta read it, it's so good, you would love it, and it's really addicting and like such a page turner, and the romance is so good. So I'm on my way to Barnes&Noble to get it. Even though I told myself I was gonna read it in the fall. No, I'm reading it now! Woo! Let's go! Secured, and they're having sales until like September. 50% off hardcovers and buy one get one half off hardbacks. So slay. I just got the beautiful, addictive book of the year, Fourth Wing. I'm so excited. I am a little intimidated by how thick it is and the fact that I'm not a huge fantasy reader, but I want to be. I really do. The first fantasy book I've ever read is Shatter Me, and I read it this year. I didn't read any Harry Potter. I didn't read any Percy Jackson. I've read no fantasy books ever. So Shatter Me I really loved, but it was more dystopian, and it was like a little fantasy, but not like fantasy heavy, where it's like there wasn't a lot of like world building and like mythical creatures and stuff. Like, it wasn't like that. It was just like this girl had powers, and there was like kind of like some powers, but like they were kind of low-key. They weren't like too crazy. They weren't confusing. This is a big deal. This is the real deal. Because there's dragons in it. I've never read a book with dragons. I don't know how it's gonna be. Okay, this is what I think it is from what I've heard.
So this book is about this dragon college, and you fly the dragons, or ride the dragons. And I think if you're a dragon and you don't bond, and they drop you, you get killed? That's my guess. Because isn't it like, wait, the first thing it says, it's like, a dragon without its rider is a tragedy, a rider without their dragon is dead. Yeah. I'm excited. Someone said this is like a mix of Divergent, Harry Potter, and Shatter Me. And I'm excited. So yeah, I got that. It was $3 off.
And then for the 50% off hardcover sale, I got this book for my dad. It's called City of Dreams. This is the second book in the City on Fire series by Don Winslow. I think this is like a mafia series. I mean, he said it was good. He read it like a while ago. So I got it a little surprise for my dad because I never buy him anything. I'm also gonna end the vlog here. It's Friday. There's not much else I'm gonna film.
I don't know, I gotta go, bye.